Hello and welcome everyone. This is CCP Fozzie, joined by Elise Randolph, a very nervous Elise Randolph, and we are here to show you Afterlife versus Pandemic Legion. This is definitely one of the most anticipated matches of the day, definitely the most bet-on match of the day, and PL has brought in a Rattlesnake team, kind of similar to what you saw from them last year. Double Rattlesnake, Nighthawk, Basilisk, and then a bunch of Salt Frigs and Faction Frigs, Hawks, Harpies, Worms, and a Corax. And then Afterlife has brought in Tinker. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Elise?
Yeah, the Afterlife took a six-man team, undermanned, but it's a Tinker, very similar to what Footwork did earlier in the day. They've got 3 Ishtars as their core, a Loki as the logistics ship, and a Marauder Golem to try and project some damage across the field. It's sort of like a 2-part Tinker, if you want to say. Mm-hmm. So the Golem can go in Bastion and tank a lot of damage, and the Loki can rep all the Ishtars up in the Vulture. So and it's a pretty strong setup, actually.
Match has begun. There's bouncers dropped by the Ishtars for Afterlife, and they are going straight for Lucas Kwan's Basilisk. We're seeing a target painter on it. The bouncers are on him. He's dropping into low shields. It looks like he's got an ASB, but I have a feeling he's going to be dropping this. Probably not going to be enough. Yep, there he goes into structure, and that's going to be first blood for I may have said it too soon. There we go. First blood for Afterlife. They have taken down the Basilisk of Lucas Kwan. That is the logistics for PL. That's the kill they needed to make early.
Absolutely. I don't know what he was doing. He was coming in with the rest of the team instead of running away. I guess he was trying to kite these bouncers a little bit. But you can see PL is now running into the center of the arena, or where all of the guys are at. And they're just trying to break this Loki, push him, harass him a little bit, see what happens.
Yep. So like other Tinker setups we've seen, they have a Tech 3 strategic cruiser as the logistics ship. So it's fitting remote reps and also a very big local tank and getting capacitor fed to it by the other ships on the team. And PL has decided they just want to try to break right through that Loki. So far unsuccessfully. We do see a smart bomb going off from the Golem of Jonathan Kane in Afterlife, and he's going to try to knock down any drones, especially from these worms that are doing extra damage to the Loki.
Yeah, the Ishtars abandoned their bouncers, it looks like, threw out geckos and threw them all over on some of this PL frigate wing. Destoya managed to kite them out about 60 kilometers, but he eventually fell. PL is pretty much losing a lot of ground really fast here. They're going to have to break this Loki and hope that maybe something breaks.
This is an excellent start for Afterlife. Afterlife, of course, are coming into this as the gigantic underdogs because PL is the defending champions and one of the big tournament dynasties. But Afterlife coming to an amazing, amazing start at the beginning here. If they can keep knocking down these worms, that's a very good choice on their part. Without the logistics, they go down fast, and there are a lot of DPS off the field. They need to reduce the DPS to reduce the pressure on that Loki.
Yeah, so this Afterlife team is Darkness and Despair from last year. Just same guys, different name. They did a pretty decent showing last year as another frigate from PL dies.
This is absolutely huge. We may be watching Pandemic Legion about to get knocked into the losers bracket on day 1 of the 12th Alliance tournament. That would be huge.
Absolutely.
And it's not coming from a gigantic mistake from PL. This is a solid team that seems to be being flown quite well. But Afterlife have brought a really, really good Tinker that does a great job of killing what it needs to kill, the enemy logistics, and then knocking DPS off the field.
Loki's dying.
I spoke too soon. That Loki is now off the field. That means that PL now has the ability to take down these Ishtars quickly. They've lost a lot of their small ships, though, so it's up to basically these Rattlesnakes and Nighthawk to burst through the rest of the team. That Golem is probably going to have that Golem is probably going to have Bastion mode as a second line of defense. So the Ishtars and the Vulture are going to be pretty vulnerable, but the Golem is going to be a tough nut to crack. If Afterlife can knock down enough points off of PL while they still have ships alive, I think that's why they're going after the Rattlesnakes now, then that Golem could potentially stay alive and win the match on points.
Yeah, it's theoretically possible, very improbable. PL against the Tinker, probably the riskiest setup you can feel against PL is a Tinker. PL invented the Tinker, Black Horizon. It's his little love child. They finally managed to break it. That Loki broke, and now these Ishtars are going down, so it's going to be just a Golem and a Vulture against 2 Rattlesnakes, which are both taking damage.
There goes the Ishtars.
And some Hawks that no one really cares about.
I don't know why Afterlife is splitting damage across these 2 Rattlesnakes. It seems like a really bad choice here. They don't have any kind of damps that would be preventing them from locking both of them. Both the Rattlesnakes are on top of them. This seems like it's just a mistake in choosing targets by the Afterlife guys. They have damage split, and if they'd had all that damage concentrated, then we could have had Sala Cameron's Rattlesnake potentially dead by now.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like he's going down now, so he actually might lose. This might not be over just yet. This Golem could potentially battle ball and kind of own for a little while. Let's see what Salah Cameron's up to. This Vulture's going down. So it'll be, it looks like one Rattlesnake, a Nighthawk, and some Frigates versus a Golem. Might be tricky, but I think Rattlesnakes would then win on points because they've got the Rattlesnake and Nighthawk.
So the Golem, if he can take down this first Rattlesnake to reduce the damage, then he'd have to probably, I don't know, probably take down the Frigs and the Nighthawk, because then one Golem beats one Rattlesnake on points. But it'll be a tough road to go, as his last teammate, Mystic Rebels Vulture, goes off the field. And that's the captain for Afterlife, and the Ganglinks that were helping keep his tank up.
I think we Gucci now, boys. We Gucci. This Lordena Cameron's, Salah is just kind of motoring around, running away from this Golem. This Golem is now sort of
getting away from a cruise missile Golem, though. Not easy at all.
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing that, but whatever. It doesn't matter at this point. He's going to live.
The Golem is dropping really fast now. I'm actually amazed at how quickly he's dropping through his shields. I don't know if he just didn't turn on his booster. His tank doesn't look nearly as strong as it could be. Potentially, this could be a situation similar to what we saw from the guys of Affirmative, who brought a bunch of target painters in the mids of one of their Marauders, expecting no one to primary it. Because this Golem is going down much faster than I would have expected.
Yeah, Lordena looks like he reloaded it at ASP, so he's good. Golem down, heart still in my throat. That was really, really close. It may not have looked close, but if that Loki didn't die, the instant it died, this PL team would have been in the losers bracket.
I have to wonder if maybe he burned out a booster or a hardener or something like that, because he went from tanking to not tanking instantly, and that's the kind of mistake. It's one of those things that it's like you mentioned before, the drama of a Tinker team is often under the surface. It's hard to see all the decisions that are having to be made by these Tinker teams, all the management of heat and cap that the Logi pilot has to worry about, and that was just the situation where the Loki-ish smell there did put up a very noble defense for a long time, but one little thing slipped.
Yeah, wow, that was insane. That was absolutely insane. I am probably not doing a great job being commentator for this match because I'm definitely not impartial, but that was just ridiculous. Tinker versus PL, very risky move, very bold move.
And they almost pulled it off. That was
almost
incredibly
worked,
close to being successful. Afterlife showing some real chops. This is a team that I wouldn't want to come up against in the losers bracket, considering that they came within a hair's breadth of beating PL.
Yeah, that was. Whew.
And with that,
they are definitely not a team to sleep on.
Mm-hmm. With that, we're going to send you back to some player ads and GTCam, and then we'll be back very soon for the Methodical Alliance versus End of Life.